Hello everyone, Dylan here. Here is Dance Dance Revolution Hottest Party 3. This is the first Hottest Party game I have ever played, and it's also the first ever Dance Dance Revolution game I've ever played. I've unlocked everything in this game, and I've also gotten a full combo on every single chart except for the boss songs and the mega mixes, technically, but we'll get to that later. I also did get an FC on the expert charts of Dance Dance Revolution Music Fit, but I only really got to the lower difficulties on some of the songs. And yeah, Music Fit is basically just Japanese Hottest Party 3. I didn't really pass every course yet, but yeah, this is basically just... Yeah, how does Dance Dance Revolution Hottest Party 3 give me nostalgia? Personally, it's one of my very first introductions to rhythm gaming alongside Guitar Hero World Tour. And technically Smash Hits, but that game is a worse version of World Tour, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest real quick, I'm gonna be honest, I do think that Music Fit has a good selection of licensed songs sometimes, or most of the selection is pretty good for Music Fit, but we're not here to talk about Music Fit, we're here to talk about DDR Hottest Party 3. This is the third Hottest Party game in the Dance Dance Revolution series, and honestly, it does have some pretty good original songs in it. Like, we can just talk about, I could talk about the licensed songs for a while, but honestly, this isn't even a worldwide thing, sadly enough. I could talk about how I always found Detroit Rock City to be really difficult for the longest time until I figured out how to get an FC on it somehow. We could talk about being rickrolled. We could talk about So What being So What. We could talk about Disturbia being the first song you're introduced to. We could talk about these songs all we want, but in reality, nobody comes here for the license selection. Definitely gonna figure out that there's a whole lot of original songs going on here. The licensed songs are always the yellow songs in the Hottest Party series, not just this one. And then we get the songs with the white name, and those songs are the Dance Dance Revolution original. I mean, so are the red name songs, but those songs are also boss songs. I mean, there's really not much to say about these. We have a lot of songs here. So yeah, I'm just gonna talk about some really interesting things that you will never experience from other Dance Dance Revolution games. You're only gonna experience... Here's something that you will only experience in the Hottest Party series. Gimmicks. gimmicks are interesting in this game. I mean, they're interesting in all the Hottest Party games that they're available in, but in this game it's pretty interesting. We have, like, double stomps, triple stomps, sun and arrows, foot missiles. That's gonna get me demonetized, but I don't care. The minimizer and maximizers, I can showcase them off as well. I also have the double stomp, the triple stomp, and the diagonal arrows too. Yeah, those are also there. So yeah, I'm playing with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, but you can also play with the DDR pad, but it's gonna be kind of finicky to play with it sometimes. So yeah, like, so first up we got, alright, so we can talk about the foot missile. This is the actual name that the game gives it, not a name that I made up specifically for it. I mean, what else do I call it? The cube? I'm gonna be playing with an expert because, well, I'm just that good at the game. In every song, the characters are doing a unique dance as well. I mean, at least they're honest that the gimmicks are, well, gimmicks. So that's good and all. But yeah, there you go. Of course, I just get an FC right there with the gimmicks, but yeah. The brightness of the camera is going to be really inconsistent, and I apologize for that. Not much I can do about that. But this game is kind of nostalgic. I know I said it before, but look at this game. It's very stylized. This is also another song that uses the gimmicks pretty wildly. We get the minimizer, the normalizer. Oh, I thought that was a maximizer, but yeah, this is the normalizer apparently. You also get the Summon Era, which basically is what it is. Yeah, there's like 3 gimmicks here. I know it's probably gonna be overwhelming for some of you. I know there's gonna be someone out there wondering why this is not in. I know there's probably gonna be someone confused why this is in this style and not the Hottest Party 2 style. And the reason why is because this is not about the Japanese games. Yeah, pretty much every song is a short song, which, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that this game doesn't really have long versions for any of these songs, but you know what, it's acceptable, I guess. Of course, you get a new record just casually. The double stomp and the triple stomp are pretty similar in concept. You know, I'm in the mood to confuse Japanese people again. Here's the double stomp, which... yeah, it's basically just you stomp on it multiple times. What are the odds that the same stage plays twice? Yeah, the double stomp requires you to stomp twice on the same arrow. The triple stomp is basically the same thing, but you stomp 3 times. There's a unique animation and background and text for full combos, and now here's a fact that you'll probably never see in this video, that the color of the full combo effect changes depending on if you get a great full combo, a perfect full combo, and a marvelous full combo. Another detail is that in DDR 2010 and DDR 2 for the Wii, both games for the Wii, you can get a good full combo, but not in Hottest Party 3. If you get it good, you fail the full combo. No ifs or buts about it. yeah, this is also, there's also a foot confuser, yeah. We'll see. I would use the licensed songs for an example of a foot confuser, but, unfortunately that will, copyright strike me. So I'm gonna use Heat Strike for it. Not the actual disease Heat Strike, the song called Heat Strike. Confusing, I know. Part of this is still just a nostalgia trip, but another part is just showcasing the game off. Even though I already did that with difficulty comparison. Using gimmicks just makes it more interesting, I guess. Pretty cool and all, but there's also one singular gimmick that kind of stands out from the rest of the gimmicks. In case you haven't figured it out yet, it's the diagonal arrows. And there's like 2 pages for diagonal arrows. That's because they have to account for Wiimote and nunchuck and classic controllers, as well as the dance pad, which they didn't really have to do that, but I'm glad that they did. And yeah, cool thing is that these graphics, I'm pretty sure, change depending on if you're using Wii Remote and nunchuck or classic controller. I missed immediately. And yeah, it gets kind of confusing when you add these gimmicks. Yeah, that gimmick can get kind of confusing. Oh yeah, Nature Judgment does technically have its own animation, but most of the animations for the judgments aren't really animations. The A gets a glow effect, or not really a glow effect, but just a semi-transparent version of itself that just goes for it, and the double A just gets some sort of cool effect that AAA reuses. Yeah, I've gone to AAA before. Another thing too is that A Brighter Day Beginner was actually my first ever AAA, which is crazy to think about it, I'm gonna be honest. And I also remember thinking that the boss songs were actually impossible originally. I initially thought that Pluto First especially was just impossible. I'm gonna pass it with gimmicks enabled as well. For those of you who are used to it in the Hottest Party 1 style, well, this is a different style. Okay, let's get started, shall we? I'm not really going to talk during this song after this sentence. Okay, after this one. This song kind of feels like a 6/8 style at the beginning. So the guidelines get kind of out of whack. Okay, I'm done talking now. Of course, you can't forget about the hardest songs ever, the Lessons by DJ. We get Lesson by DJ, which is so impossible, man. Same thing with Lesson 2 by DJ and Lesson 3 by DJ. These three songs are literally impossible to even beat. Of course, that's a joke. If you're not the joke, then you're not a true fan. Or you just find it cringy and you just don't want to deal with it. Something good about it is that they kind of just gray out the difficulties that don't exist because, well, those difficulties don't exist. They also don't do it for they don't do it for random basic course dancing objects. I mean, not objects, but options. I don't know what went through my brain. The reason why they don't get grayed out is because, well, otherwise you wouldn't be able to access these options through the song lists. Or at least I'm thinking that's the reason. And there's a lot of songs here, not songs but choruses here. We got Dreaming Air, Silent Wind, Dancing Zephyr, Space Breeze, Cold Gale, Crazy Squall, Freezing Gust, Blasting Cyanide, Storm, and Kamikaze Princess. Plus the 6 dance orders, which you just go to order edit, and then you can just select whatever one you want and just edit it to your liking. What you do is you can select any song you want, you can select any song you want, and then you can change it to anything. I'm gonna switch it back to Sacred Oath because, well, that's what I had originally. Yeah, favorite music is basically just that. The music that you label as favorites. If you don't have any favorites selected, this will just say that you don't have any preferences selected. Like, we can just add, I don't know, okay, let's add, I don't know, let's add Gotta Dance here. And then all of a sudden, bam, favorite music is available with Gotta Dance. Notice that when you remove a favorite song from here, and when you remove a song from here, it doesn't immediately disappear, probably so that you don't accidentally do stuff, but yeah. If you remove all the favorite music, all of a sudden, you will no longer have preferenced songs. Yippee, I guess. I don't know. What do you want me to say? Alright, so let's see. We have with gimmick being on. I don't know, I might turn it off after the video, but yeah. I don't know what, anyway. Yeah, I don't really get anyone to play with me, so. Well, yeah, you could theoretically have up to 4 players in this game. Yeah, you can have up to 4 players in this game. And actually, that was the trick behind difficulty comparison. 4-player mode was the trick behind difficulty comparison. Player 1 will always be blue, player 2 will always be red, player 3 will always be green, and player 4 will always be yellow. You can see it here, you can see it in difficulty comparison, and you can see it anywhere. Yes, I might mod this game or something. I might mod this game too. I might create a mod that includes the music fit songs. But I don't know how to mod this game, so I'm just gonna have to... I don't know how to add songs to this game, I'm gonna be honest, but I really hope that if I do mod this songs, it works. I really do feel like figure out how to mod this game soon, because oh my gosh, it can be kind of confusing having to just switch between the 2 games when I want. It can be kind of confusing to switch between the 2 games sometimes if I want to play like something that isn't in Hottest Party 3 but is in Music Fit. Which I understand is kind of weird, but another thing too is that sometimes I'm playing the Music Fit songs and then I'm like, man, I want to play something that exists in Hottest Party 3 but isn't in Music Fit. Yeah, sometimes that does actually legitimately happen, but then I have to remember, oh wait, that doesn't exist in Music Fit. It's kind of wonderful. This slightly unplugged thing was bothering me. But enough modding aside, sad thing is Nintendo hates modding. I might wonder how it's sad that Nintendo hates something. Oh, boo-hoo, they hate modding. They hate when people play on the Wii. Oh, boo-hoo. They want you to spend all their money on their... They want you to spend all your money on the newest shit. Unfortunately, there is something that just happened to get... Unfortunately, there is just something that made the Space Dance impossible to play without an error, and I'm pretty sure that was because I was being dumb as shit as a young kid. I accidentally scratched the disc, and all of a sudden, you can still play the Space Dance fully. I can still play the Space Dance fully in this game, but now it just results in an error, and I really hope that I didn't mess with any other data that could have done something bad. Oh yeah. The Hottest Party Mega Mixes are also kind of nostalgic, I'm gonna be honest. Like sometimes when I play the original songs that they're referencing, sometimes my brain will just go, so this is coming up, when in reality something else is coming up. Yeah, that can be kind of confusing sometimes, so yeah. You know, there's not much else I can talk about free play mode, so let's move to other modes, being tournament mode, and all the other modes. Tournament mode, you just... Tournament mode, you can just do whatever you can do lots of stuff that is just battling and stuff, I don't know, there's really... I'm gonna do some battling here, just to showcase it off. I'll turn off gimmicks actually, because I mean, yeah, they are unique to the Hottest Party series, I'm pretty sure. But, yeah. Also, gimmicks will be locked, by the way. Gimmicks will be locked if you have... Gimmicks will indeed be locked until you unlock them, so, yeah. So yeah, you will be able to select a song and then Challenger approaching. This challenger is Yuji wearing a blue outfit. Every dancer has their own intro, actually. I'm dancing to Yuji because, of course it is. Basically, you dance 2 songs unless it's the finals, in which you dance 4 songs. Whoever has the final score at the end wins. Honestly, I do think that this game looks pretty good for Wii standards, but that might be just me. I'm not sure if it's nostalgia talking, but like, if you just look at the stages, yeah, the stages look really good in my opinion. Characters, I mean, well, that's kind of debatable. They're definitely... They don't really look that bad, the characters, but the stages just look really good. Might do a boundary break on Hottest Party 3 eventually. Hottest Party 3 jank just sometimes might not register a jump even when you input a jump. Especially if there's a singular arrow on one of the same lanes as the jump. Didn't happen that time. Nor that time. I didn't even get a full combo, but I still won. Which is crazy to think about it. Looks like I'm in the lead right now. I still have not gotten a full combo on the Hottest Party 3 bosses yet. The only reason why I got Music Fit was so I can have more Hottest Party 3 full combos. That's literally the only reason why I got Music Fit. But I only emulated it. I played this song earlier. I remember when I was a kid, I hated playing songs multiple times in a row. Or just multiple times in one sitting. And I'm not the only person who filled that philosophy when I was a kid. Oh gosh, I freaking hate the noise of that saw. Pretty sure my dad uses the sounds of saws to help him fall asleep. I mean, I'm joking around here, but I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if he did. It's a bit of lag here, but there's a bit of lag, but I'm not really willing to do calibration, all because the calibration sucks ass in this game. No way, I passed. Like, your character's just really ecstatic about winning in this cutscene. Terminator Mode is like one of those modes I really wish returned in future Hottest Party games. I'm gonna be honest with ya. Same thing with Battle Mode too. Oh my gosh, Battle Mode. And then we get the Bimani thing, and then this opening cutscene, which I just always skip. If you want to see that cutscene, get the game yourself. You want to see that cutscene, you gotta get the game yourself. I'm not showing it. Or just look it up on YouTube if you don't want to get the game. Which, I mean, I don't blame you. You also get training mode, which is really good for rhythm games to have. Every rhythm game should have a training mode. Every rhythm game should have a training mode. Looking at you, Hottest Party 1. And you might be looking at a rhythm game yourself. So yeah, hyper move mode is just... Hyper move mode is just... something. The strange thing about hyper move mode is that it just uses a 1 to 10 scale, even though 10 is never used. In fact, we don't really get that close to 10. What does a 10 look like, by the way? I wonder. I'm sure a level 10 would definitely not be that fun to play on. And yeah, we get the hand markers, which is basically just move. Which you just move. From your perspective, this will be what it looks like, or what it should look like. It's really gonna be copyrighted, isn't it? I don't care. because I use motion controls, it's kind of janky to play this mode. I'm gonna be honest here. Even if you move in the same exact direction multiple times, it might still not register. You know, with the licensed songs, a lot of them are cut down, which is sad, but I will. Yeah, motion controls are just really janky in this game. Yippee, a new record! I didn't have a record set for that. Most of the time I spend in tournament or free play, so yeah. Yeah, I'm just showcasing off. Wii balance board mode requires the Wii balance board, but I didn't bring it, sorry. There's showcase workout mode. There's 3 of them you can choose: Hyper Move and Wii balance board, but we're just gonna select. We're just gonna pause this real quick. And once you get everything set, yeah, it's basically just yeah, you can just do whatever you want with the menu, but we're just gonna showcase off some stuff. It's not much of a workout when you're just playing with Wii Remote and Nunchuck. I thought I hit that jump, I'm not gonna lie. Quit by holding the pause button. It's not really much of a pause button, it's more like a plus button. You just hold the plus button and it'll just... I would have selected one of the options, but at the same time I don't really know anything about them, so I know. D-Year School is kind of boring. It technically has unique charts, but like, it's kind of boring, not gonna lie. Okay, let's actually just not not do the DDR school because I know everything about it. It's a joke. Relax mode is basically just relaxed mode. That's what it is. You only get beginner and basic, but you know what? Screw you. That's the only thing you get, and you're gonna have to deal with it. Also, one thing I really like about this game is that it just has unique music for like every mode, which is something they didn't have to do, but they did anyways. It's even unique music for the menus itself. So yeah, for the closing, I'm just gonna play Roppongi Evolved. I'm just gonna play Roppongi Evolved for the outro. Thank you for watching. Give it a like if you liked it. Give it a dislike if you didn't like it. Subscribe if you want. You can always undo that option. That's it. You can click off now if you want, or if you want to stay around and watch Roppongi Evolved, go right ahead. Also, do check out difficulty comparison or something. That'll be in the channel playlists. I might link it in the description. I don't know if I'm gonna link it in the description, but check it anyways, just in case I did. Alright, I'm playing Roppongi Evolved. Alright. Bye. Let's adjust the brightness. Oh, that was good. How are you not gotten the green yet? Never mind. Dang it. Holy shit. Holy shit. How did I not break combo there? I might actually be able to FC this song. Only 2 goods? Oh my gosh, only 2 goods. I might actually be able to FC that. Oh my gosh. I might be able to FC Roppongi Evolved at some point. Actually, that's pretty nice.